Your body is gaslighting you. It's a term we usually reserve for toxic relationships. But in our modern world, it is the exact biological reality happening inside your bloodstream. There is a 240-second countdown that flips a hidden switch before a single calorie even touches your tongue. Your liver is dumping sugar. Your pancreas is pumping insulin.
Ethereal, hysterical laughter from multiple voices.
And you are being lied to by your own survival instincts. Today, we're unmasking the ghost spike, the metabolic betrayal that dictates your weight and energy before you even open your mouth to eat. For decades, we've been conditioned to view our metabolism like a simple, honest calculator. A math equation where food goes in and glucose goes up. We've been told that if we just managed the input, the carbs, the sugar, the calories, the output would naturally follow. It's a comfortable story. A story that makes us feel in control of our destiny. If you don't eat, your sugar shouldn't rise. It's the gold standard of health advice we've all accepted as truth. But for many of you, the rules of math have stopped working. You've followed the low-carb guides. You've mastered intermittent fasting with military discipline. And yet, you wake up feeling groggy. Your weight won't budge, and your blood sugar monitor shows a spike that makes no sense. This is the gap where most people give up, thinking they are the problem. But this isn't a failure of your willpower. It's the result of metabolic gaslighting. Your body is reacting to ghosts, signals from our high stimulation environment that have hijacked your ancient biology. The habit is so subtle, it's almost invisible. We call it digital food porn. In a world where we feed our eyes long before we feed our stomachs, those high-definition images of glistening desserts aren't just entertainment. They are a chemical command. Just by looking at them while you scroll in bed, you are triggering a phantom spike.
The sugar levels are
You are literally wearing out your metabolic machinery just by witnessing a meal you aren't even eating. If you've been following our journey here at Hidden Health Habits, this puzzle is starting to come together. In our first video, we explored how your very first meal sets a 12-hour pattern for your hunger. Then, in our last episode, we unmasked those healthy breakfast choices that secretly train your insulin to react too fast. But today, we're going into the deep end. We're looking at what happens while you're still dreaming and why your body starts its engine at full throttle before you even touch a spoon. In endocrinology, this is the cephalic phase insulin response, or CPIR. Think of it as a preloading system. When your senses, sight, smell, or even the vivid thought of food, detect a potential meal, your vagus nerve sends a lightning-fast signal to your pancreas. The pancreas, being a loyal soldier, pumps out an anticipatory burst of insulin. In the wild, this was an evolutionary masterpiece that prepared our ancestors for a feast. But when you scroll through food media, your insulin rises, causing your actual blood sugar to dip slightly. This dip triggers an intense artificial hunger. Because the food on the screen isn't real, your liver panics, dumping stored glucose into your blood to save you. You've just spiked your sugar out of thin air. This constant state of false alarm creates a ripple effect of metabolic chaos. Every time you trigger a phantom spike, you are desensitizing your cells. Your body becomes like a car that's constantly revving its engine in neutral. You're burning out the parts without actually moving forward. Over time, this leads to chronic insulin resistance. It's the reason why simply counting carbs often fails. You can't fix a broken communication network by just changing the fuel. You have to fix the signals. Ask yourself, how often do you feel hungry, not because your stomach is empty, but because you just saw something delicious? That hunger isn't a sign of a need for fuel. It's the sound of a ghost spike, echoing through your bloodstream. Your body is reacting to a ghost that you've invited in through your eyes, and then blaming you for the cravings that follow. But there's an even deeper layer to this hijacking: your gut microbiome. Within your gut, trillions of microbes produce hormones called incretins, specifically one called GLP-1. In a healthy gut, GLP-1 tells your brain and liver exactly when the fuel tank is full. But if your gut is in a state of dysbiosis, too many sugar-seeking bacteria and not enough fiber-loving ones, the signal is hijacked. This isn't just a matter of discipline. You're a pawn for a colony of microbes that have cut off the communication lines between your gut and your brain. And then there is the betrayal that happens in the dark, the dawn phenomenon. Between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m., while you are still dreaming, your body prepares for the day by releasing a hormone cocktail of cortisol and adrenaline. Its message to the liver is simple.
This
The human is waking up. We need energy. Now.
We have a code red situation.
In a broken metabolism, the liver doesn't just release a little energy. It floods the system, leading to a silent spike of up to 20 milligrams per deciliter before you even open your eyes. It's a ghost spike that you didn't ask for, but your body provides anyway. It is deeply exhausting to feel like you're doing everything right and still seeing no results. It makes you want to stop trying. But please understand, this isn't a failure of your character. It's a failure of your body's internal communication. You aren't fighting your weight. You're fighting a system that has lost its way in a world designed to keep it confused. You deserve to know the truth about the signals you are receiving. The good news? Signals can be reprogrammed. We call this signal correction. First, the visual fast. Protect your eyes. Research suggests that avoiding food media 60 minutes before a meal can significantly dampen that anticipatory insulin spike. Second, the bitter protocol. Before your first meal, introduce a bitter signal, like apple cider vinegar or bitter greens. This primes your GLP-1 response, grounding your metabolism before the real food arrives. And third, the morning kinetic. Don't let that dawn spike sit in your blood. A simple 10-minute walk immediately after waking up forces your muscles to act as a glucose sponge, soaking up that excess sugar before it can do damage. Your metabolism isn't a calculator, it's a conversation. And when you start speaking the right language, your body finally starts to listen. Every clinical study and peer-reviewed journal we use to build this episode is linked in the description below. If you found this helpful, you'll want to revisit our breakdown on the 12-hour hunger cycle. I'm Sophia, and this is Hidden Health Habits. Stop fighting the hunger and start fixing the signals.